All right. We're jumping into Deathloop. This is a game I found on itch.io. It looks interesting. I think it's like a visual novel kind of a thing. It's supposed to be kind of creepy. This game is uploaded with the full written permission from the original developer. Hey, good for you, man. That's how you avoid lawsuits. Who are you? It says question. What do we got here? Message skip, hide message, save. Okay, yeah. What is menu? Okay, we're good. Who are you?
Here?
How did you get? Oh,
you don't remember, do you?
You open your mouth, but before you can utter a single word, the voice suddenly cuts you off.
Happiness or freedom? What would you choose?
Happiness or freedom? What would we choose? Happiness.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Hey, how long are you going to stand there? You look around in confusion. It seems you're standing in front of a school with big batteries on the top of the building. Snap out of it, weirdo. We're already 15 minutes late. Before you could say a single word, the orange-haired girl grabbed you by the arm and dragged you with her. A few minutes later, the two of you stood side by side, facing a packed classroom. The teacher looked at you for a few seconds before facing the class and making an announcement. Attention, everyone. Today, we welcome 2 new transfer students. Let me guess. Can you do a favor and introduce yourselves to the class? The name is Miral. Miralax. I look forward to meeting you all. Miralax spoke as she addressed the class. Everyone's gaze towards you now. You should introduce yourself. Who are you? Please left click on the designated white field, write your name and confirm it. Alright, what's gonna be our name? You know what? Miralax. Works for me. We got Miral and Miralax. You face the rest of the class as me. My name Miralax. It's very nice meeting you all. Please call me Miralax. All eyes were suddenly on you. Of course they were. His name's Miralax? All eyes were suddenly on you, or more precisely, on Miral, as the two of you took your designated seats. That's right, today is your first day at Sandy High School. Sandy Cheeks. You and Miral moved to the city last week and decided to transfer to the school. This makes complete sense, but you can't help feel like something is really off here. The teacher let out another long sigh and went on with the lecture. A few hours later, it was finally lunchtime. I'm heading to the admin office to finalize your registration. Okay, why is another student finalizing my registration? Where are my parents? Want to come? Sure. That won't be necessary, Miralax. You have more important things to do anyway. This place will be your home for a while, so you should go around and get yourself acclimated to your new surroundings. Maybe buy us some lunch while you're at it. Looks like Miral didn't feel like waiting in line, so she shoved the boring job onto you. Yeah, that seems like something Miral would do. See ya! Miral then turned around and left. You could see some of your new classmates wanting to chat with her, but she just completely ignored them and left. Okay, what now? Should you head straight to the cafeteria? Or maybe you should wait until the cafeteria clears out a bit. Perhaps you could look around for a bit. Where do you want to go? Check out the library. Miralax seems like a nerd. Let's go check out the library. You leave your classroom and head straight for the library. But as expected, the place was empty. Everyone must be in the cafeteria. You turn around, ready to leave when... You're not the blue lady, who are you? What are you doing in the library? A strange girl wearing an even stranger attire was standing in front of you the whole time. But for some reason you didn't notice her presence until she spoke. Did she send you here? You take a step back and introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Miralax. Miralax? Is that your real name? The strange girl suddenly approached you and stared you in the eyes. I see. So that's who you really are. I wonder if this is another one of her plans. Or is this a test? Is this his test for me? Speak. Girl, I don't even know you. Like, why are you yelling at me? And why are you yelling in a library? Have some respect. How can I perish? How can I die? This music low-key is not pretty bad. How can I die? The strange girl started shaking your body. Miralax! Her tone and facial expression didn't change one bit, but you could tell she was freaking out right now. Let go of me. Oh, I apologize. You're right. If this is a test, then I'm going about it the wrong way. I'm sorry, and I look forward to being evaluated by you, observer. The strange girl suddenly bowed to you and left the room. You stood there completely confused for a moment before you let out a sigh and left. You head to the cafeteria. Alright, wrong choice. I should have went to the rooftop instead. That might not have been as weird. After that weird encounter, you finally arrive at your destination. It's time to stand in line and buy lunch for you in Miral. However, no matter where you look, the cafeteria is completely empty. Not a single student around. This does make no sense. Even though you did show up late to avoid the crowd, it's still lunchtime. The school cafeteria should not be empty right now. You keep looking around in confusion when someone suddenly appears in front of you. It's you! Closed captioning. Oh god, it's really you, Miralax. Cece suddenly jumped on you and gave you a tight hug. How did you get here? I'm super happy to see you again, but I don't understand. How are you here? You're in complete control. You're you. Closed captioning stares at you in confusion. Her expression displayed both happiness and fear. It seems she's hoping to be able to answer her questions and put her mind at ease. Sadly, however, you're as confused, if not more confused, than she. But you simply take a step back and explain everything that happened to you so far. Really? So you just found yourself at the front gate of the school? Just like that? What about before that? How did you get here? How did you find this? Before closed captioning could even finish her words, a loud voice interrupted your conversation. Good. You're both here. I finalized your registration, Miralax. Congratulations, you're officially a candidate now. Candidate? Don't worry, I'll explain everything soon enough. But first, let's get the other candidates in here. Miral spoke as she snapped her fingers. 6 other people suddenly showed up in the cafeteria. What the heck is happening? Yo, dudes! How did I teleport to the cafeteria? Did I finally awaken my superpowers? Hassan. This must be part of the test. Wow, that was so cool. I feel like I was floating in space for a moment there. Teleport me again. Teleport? Okay, enough delays, let's begin. First, let me congratulate you all on surviving the first trial of the game. First trial? Yes, every person in the school was a potential candidate. I say was because except for you 8, the rest have been killed off. Wait, killed off? What? The school was set specifically for this trial. You were all transferred here and your memories were manipulated. Those with a weak will, with a pitiful presence.
Hello!
Hello! Welcome in, Stardust. How are you? The observers of this world simply accredited their new reality and went on with their lives. They attended classes, stood in line at the cafeteria, and enjoyed a carefree high school life. Not once stopping or wondering how they got here in the first place. Pitiful NPCs. However, you 8 were different. You saw through this fake existence. You refused to look away and accept the sweet lie. You questioned your reality, and for that, you're still alive. However, the game has just begun, and your continuous survival is not yet assured. After all, only 8 of you will leave this place. Only 8 of us will leave the place? Aren't there only 8 of us here? Why are you doing this? You're playing a pretty sick game, little girl. Who do you work for? You two are asking the wrong questions. Or rather, you're asking them at the wrong time. Hi, yes. Or, hi, you're so right, orange daughter. They should be asking about the second trial. The second trial. I guess since she called them this high school experiment the first trial, that should only mean there's going to be more. Correct. Carmine. The second trial is the real main event. It's the real reason you're all here. In order to pick the winner among you, you 8 will be playing a certain game. The game has many names and many different iterations. However, the most common name for it is the werewolf game. Closed captioning. Speechless. The freaking social deduction game? Is this some sort of a joke? You want us to play a children's game? I wouldn't take it lightly if I were you, Jack. The second trial might be based on the werewolf game, but the consequences are very real. You won't be role-playing around. You will become the roles you're given. Rolls? Man, some rolls with butter sound so good right now. Standing among you right now is a real killer. He/she will target and seek your death without any hesitation. Your only chance at survival is exposing the killer and voting them off at the end of the day. Standard werewolf rules. However, in addition to the killer and innocent role, there are 3 additional special roles. First, the guardian angel role. The person with the guardian angel role will be able to choose and protect one other person each night. If the guardian angel chooses to protect the person that the killer targets, then congratulations. You have managed to prevent the killer from claiming their victim. The second role is the vigilante role. The person with the vigilante role is able to target and kill one person each night. However, targeting and killing anyone who's not the killer will result in the vigilante killing themselves. Pretty fair trade-off if you ask me. Finally, the third and final role is the detective role. The person with the detective role is able to investigate one person each night to determine if they are the killer or not. However, convincing others about your findings without exposing your role to the killer is a whole other matter. As you can see, each role has its advantages and disadvantages, ensuring a fair trial. Now, to end this explanation, I would like to remind the killer that targeting someone during the daytime is completely forbidden. Breaking this rule, or any other rule for that matter, will result in the offender being immediately killed. Every single one of you is implanted with a small chip in your brain. Now, how did that chip get there? Chip is completely attached to your optic nerve and is able to witness anything you see. Upon the discovery of any rule infringement, the chip will automatically release a powerful electric surge through your nerves, thus frying your brain and immediately killing you. Press X to doubt. You planted something in our brain? As long as you don't break the rules, you have nothing to worry about. Now, unless you have other questions about the game, I will be seeing you at sunset. Peace! Alright, Muriel then walked past you and walked toward the exit. You all kept following her with your gaze when suddenly she stopped and turned around. She was looking back at all of you, but you could swear she was looking straight into your eyes. Welcome back to the Null game. What? Hey, this song sounds familiar. Dun, 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 dun. What is this? Dun, 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 dun. I've heard that song. Dun 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 dun. Why are we randomly watching this? The story returns. I'm alright with a headache, but I like you enough to be here. Well, thank you very much, Stardust. I appreciate you so much. You are amazing. I always appreciate you being here. How am I? I'm doing very well. Wait, created by Fuzzy? Was that Genie at the end of the game?
Or freedom?
Okay.
What would you choose?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. It's Friday night, technically Saturday, but we have the weekend ahead of us, so that's exciting. I hope you're feeling better from yesterday. You lift your head to the mighty blue sky while trying to process what just happened, when suddenly a voice brings you back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Well, closed captioning says, "Hey, are you okay?" You look back at closed captioning and nod your head. The null game is happening again, huh? And by the look of this is even more messed up than the last. Not only is this game's host different this time, but so are the participants. Or at least some of them. The setting is different too. Why Sandy High School out of all places? Why Mural? Why her? Why a version of his daughter? Sorry, Miralax. I didn't mean to confuse you. After all, closed captioning suddenly approached you and held your hand. You have no idea how happy I am to see you again. You have no idea how much I waited for this. Miralax! We're finally together again. Closed captioning leads forward as she held tighter to your hands when... Kya, what's happening here? Very shameless, very shameless. Closed captioning, let go of your hand and face 0. What do you want, weirdo? Don't be like that, CC-chan. There's nothing wrong with forming alliances. It's the only way to survive this game, right? Right. And what better way to cement an alliance than a pretty heated kiss, hee hee? That's not what we're doing. Haha, sure, CC-chan. I'll get off your hair. I didn't mean to cock block or anything. Have fun. 0 then waved her hand and left. Just like... You watched her leave until she left your sight. Dang, 0. She is no less a freak as a participant. But she's right about something, Miralax. The null game has officially started. Our alliances are bound to be formed, and sooner or later this game will spiral into madness again. We need to escape. Early this time. Trust me, Miralax. This is the only way to truly survive this game. You look back at closed captioning and nod your head. First, we should start by searching the school. Where do you think we should start? We went to the library last time. Go back to the library. Oh, the library? Feeling nostalgic, huh? Okay, let's head out. Yeah, I was just at the library. How are you? Is this a spooky game? This is supposedly a spooky game. Hopefully it goes by pretty quickly. Let me alt tab and just make sure that it's not like a super long game. It says... Wait, let's see. It's a social deduction and visual novel. What's the playtime on this? Hopefully it's not too long. I can't see anything about it on here that says the exact like playtime, but it was only a few hundred megabytes, so hopefully it's pretty quick. After walking past a few classrooms, you finally arrive at the library. The library. Can you smell the smell of old books? This one is way bigger than the last, isn't it? Cece then approached one of the shelves and ran her hand across the books. Even though it looks different, it still feels the same. Won't you agree, Miralax? It feels like it was it feels like it was only yesterday you and I were searching around the library, searching for a way to escape. I was so convinced the library had answers I was seeking. I was so convinced I knew what I was doing. God, it feels like it's been years since then. A lot of things have changed, including myself. Closed captioning then stopped and touched her hair. You haven't said anything about my hair. It's longer than before. Do you like it? Sure. Really? You nod your head. Thank you. Closed captioning suddenly fell silent. Her cheeks flushed brighter and redder than ever before. You should get going. Yes, the library has nothing useful for now. Let's go. You two spent the next few hours investigating the different classrooms of the school. But much like every other room in this place, it was completely abandoned. All those students who once roamed these halls were completely gone, almost like they never existed in the first place. You look through the window, the mighty blue sky suddenly turned orange, signaling the end of the day. Be real, chat. That is the best time of day, right? Such a beautiful time of day when the clouds and the sky is like an orange purple hue. I love it. Miralax, yes. I saw the character's name was Miral, and I started calling her Miralax. So then it was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "I'm going with Miralax." It gets me every time I see it. It's so funny. It's already sunset. Closed captioning suddenly holds your hand as you two stare. As you two stare the window. Just stare the window. It's okay. You did your best. We did our best. Whatever's gonna happen now, we'll face it together, okay? Just you and me, like always. Closed captioning tightens her grip on your hand. Behind that beautiful smile of hers, you can sense fear. You can sense an immense fear that would shatter the very fabric of reality if it ever comes out. But it's not a fear for her life. It's not a fear of death or the unknown. It's a fear for you, for your existence, for your future together. You hold tighter to closed captioning's hand as a strange feeling suddenly shocks your senses. The next time you open your eyes, you find yourself standing in the cafeteria. But you're not alone. Closed captioning and the rest of your companions are all there. But most of all, she is here too. Welcome back, everyone. See, that was Miral. Hassan. Hey, Miral. I don't know what stage trick you guys are using for this teleport thing, but it's making me really nauseous. Maybe he means strange? I don't know what stage trick. Okay, maybe. Can I talk with one of the executive producers about it? I can't have the cuties at home seeing me puke on live TV. Miral stared at Hassan for a few seconds before she rolled her eyes and faced the rest of you. Now that you're all here, allow me to explain the voting process. Standing among you right now is a killer. Starting tonight, the killer will claim a victim with each passing night. The voting process is your main way of finding and eliminating the killer. The process is simple. You simply discuss the situation among each other and then vote. Each one of you gets to vote, and the person with the highest number of votes gets eliminated. Any questions? Yeah, how do we, like, get to see all their stories and know all that? You haven't really explained that. By eliminated, you mean killed, right? Whoever gets the highest number of votes will be killed. Affirmative. Alright, maybe they'll go into detail here. I'm not sure. Like, so far it's just been a pretty straightforward thing. Like, am I just going to be seeing one person's side of the view? And then, like, just have to be like, yeah, Hassan or whoever is the killer, but I don't get to see anything about him. Like, surely there's a section where we just get to interview each person and try to deduce. This is insane. You really expect us to send someone to their death? You can always choose to vote on no one. However, that would only benefit the killer, of course. We don't care. We're not going to play your sick game. We're not going to kill anyone. What do you mean by we, Nazi-chan? Don't go around forcing your own opinion on the rest of us. That's not cute at all. What? I agree with the blonde woman. It's blonde with an E. If you're talking about a woman, it's blonde with an E. Not making a choice is a choice in itself. If this killer truly exists, then doing nothing will send one of us to a certain demise. What about the special roles? Closed captioning, who barely spoke a word until now, suddenly interjected. It seems the rest of your companions are also surprised by this. What about them? What if the people with the special roles step up right now? That will narrow down the list of suspects. Great idea, CC Chan. There are 8 of us here. If we eliminate the people who will play special roles, then only 5 people remain. Even if we vote randomly, there will still be a 20% chance of voting for the killer. That's like pretty high, right? Right? I agree as well. Have we even seen Carmine this whole time? Any kind of advantage we could get will be very helpful. The people with the special role should step up. Carmine spoke as she faced the rest of your companions. Seconds passed, then minutes, but no one stepped forward. Come on, guys. We can't have dead air. This will totally screw up the ratings. A few more minutes passed, but once again, no one stepped up. Enough. This is a waste of time. Don't be so hasty, Miral-chan. This is super duper important to us, so just wait a bit, okay? We can wait all night and nothing will change, because the special roles haven't been assigned just yet. Oh, now she tells us, like, it probably took us 20 minutes of just standing there. Huh? Unlike the killer role, the special roles are only assigned during the first night. That's when you start using them after all. So at this moment, none of you has a special role yet. I see. So CC Chan's plan was a no-go from the start. Well, it was still worth a shot, so don't beat yourself too much, CC Chan. You were trying to bait the killer, huh, Cecilia? Huh? Bait the killer? By declaring that the people with special roles will narrow down the suspect list, she was basically saying that whoever steps forward will be seen as 100% innocent. She was hoping that would tempt the killer to falsely claim that they had a special role. And since the roles haven't been assigned yet, that would immediately expose them as a fraud in the game. Very impressive strategy. So wordy, oh my gosh. However, it seems the killer is smarter than we gave credit for. Or perhaps the killer was just using this as a diversion. Perhaps I'm playing right into your hands. CC. I have no idea what just happened. This is just too confusing for the average viewer. For real. Breaking the fourth wall there. Hassan, I feel you, dude. Thank you. Let's just go to the voting part. This is where the ratings are. For once, I agree with the delusional creep. Discussion time is over. When you hear the name, please step forward and announce your vote. Miral declared as she started calling out names. The first to go was Naz. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to take someone's life like it's nothing. I'm voting no one. Suit yourself. You're up next, weirdo. Miral spoke as she pointed at Hassan. My moment to shine. I, Hassan, the true definition of a Sigma male, and future winner of this game show, will vote for you. What is a what is a Sigma male? Naz. With exaggerated movements, Hassan pointed at Naz. What? Me? Of course. Ever since the start, you've been doing nothing but trying to push us not to vote for anyone. And who would benefit more from that than the killer? So my vote goes to you, Naz. No hard feelings, though. I just want to win the game show. You're a darn lunatic. The voting continued after that. Seeing no clear suspect, Carmine chose to vote for no one. Meanwhile, Zero let out a giggle and declared she would follow Hassan's lead and vote for Naz. Jack also voted for Naz. R.I.P. Naz. CC, on the other hand, let out a sigh and voted no one. It was only you and Kai left now. Kai? Alright, it's your turn, Kai. Who will you be voting for? Myself. Kay declared with a hushed, low voice. What? I vote for myself. The whole room stared at Kay with baffled expressions all over their faces. Are you insane? Fine. Whatever. Miral suddenly moved her gaze and faced you. You're a blast, Miralax. Declare your vote and let's end this for today. Everyone's gaze suddenly turned to you. It seems they all understood the current situation, even Hassan. With Naz getting 3 votes and no one getting 3 votes, your vote will seal the deal. Your vote will determine everything. You close your eyes and take a deep breath. Cece was right. The situation did spiral into insanity pretty quickly. There haven't been any murders yet, but someone is already on the chopping block. Whether you believe Naz is the killer or not is completely up to you. You get to choose. You get to vote. So who would it be? What if it's a tie? Because it's no one or Naz. I can vote for myself, but I still don't know if a tie matters. If I vote no one, that's the majority. If I vote Naz, she dies. If I vote myself, then maybe it just goes to the person that has the highest. Okay, why would Naz be wanting to... Maybe she's just curious. Like, I don't think she's a killer. Maybe she's just curious. Like, hey, why haven't we found out who these special people are? If I vote no one, then any single person could die, because if we get the killer wrong, and it is Naz, this is way more English than I signed up for. Yeah, I'm trying to commentate it, and hopefully that'll help a little bit, but basically we're just trying to pick who to vote for, who we think the killer is. Naz has 3 votes. No one has 3 votes, but everybody else is open and fair game. If you pick somebody, I imagine they're gonna like be like, I remember that. Oh, backlog did not. Yeah, so let's see. It was 3 votes Naz, right? Naz, yep. So Naz is on the chopping block. I don't want Naz to die, but I don't want the killer, if it is Naz, to kill somebody. Okay. I'll vote myself. You lift your arm in the air, then point at yourself. What? You're voting for yourself? You nod your head. Kay's eyes suddenly sparked as she stood facing you, refusing to look away. You can also see her eyes slightly twitching. Are you like me? Where you also refuse the gift of death? Kay stands there awaiting your answer, but you have no idea what she's talking about. Alright, wrap it up, Suicide Squad. You can have your little club meeting somewhere else. We're moving on. Sorry, this group is not short on lunatics. Oh, pretty ironic coming from the lunatic who's kidnapped us here. You're the biggest psycho of them all. Lunatic, huh? That's fine. If I have to become a lunatic to achieve my dream, then so be it. I'll sacrifice anything. I'll sacrifice anyone. I'll sacrifice the whole universe if I have to. The whole room tensed up for a bit before Muriel let out a sigh and declared the end of the vote. It's a tie. No one will be voted off tonight. Looks of relief appeared on the faces of some of your companions while others looked completely annoyed. Muriel let off another sigh before continuing to talk. Okay, so a tie does mean nobody gets voted off. Okay, let's go over nighttime rules. Every single one of you has been allocated a room in the school dorms. Leaving your room during nighttime is strictly forbidden and will result in immediate deletion. This of course excludes the killer. As the killer, you're free to roam around the school and target 1 victim per night. Participants with special rules are also technically allowed to leave their rooms during the night. That's pretty freaky. If there are no questions, I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. Muriel gave you one last look before she snapped her fingers and suddenly disappeared. The room fell silent once again, but then someone suddenly approached you. Hey. Naz looks at you with a smile on her face. I want you to know that I had no doubts. I had no doubt you'll make the right choice, Miralax. Beneath those hollow, empty eyes lies a genuine person, a kind person. I realized the moment I laid eyes on you. I won't forget this, Miralax. I promise you. Wait. Oh, I promise. Naz then approached you and gave you a tight hug. See you in the morning. Naz then waved her hand and left while avoiding to look at the 3 people who tried to vote her out. You're quite the ladies' man, Miralax. Let's hope your little decision doesn't come back to bite you on the butt later on. Ciao. Zero ruffled your hair, then skipped out of the cafeteria. Yo, Miralax! You might be the MVP today, but it's not over yet. I will not let you upstage me in the popularity polls, nor will I let you snatch the victory. Yeah, the music, I mean, it is vibing sometimes. Like, I hadn't really noticed it until you said it now on this song, since it's so calm and everything, but like, some of them are kind of bangers. I will be the one to win this game show, you just wait. Hassan rolled his eyes and left. That degenerate is a cancer on society. Closed captioning looked at Hassan in disgust before facing you. Anyway, first day is over. We did what we could do for now. Let's head out. Alright, I'm curious to see what the first night is, because the killer is free to roam. A few minutes later, you were looking through the window. Deneb, Vega, and Altair greet your eyes. I'd say Vega is the big star. The 3 stars of the Summoner Triangle. Your mind... What is that? Yeah. Your mind rushes back to the event of the cafeteria. Thanks to you, no one got voted out today. However, that means the killer still runs free, and tonight they'll be able to target their first victim. A victim that could easily be you. Miralax? Are you okay? You nod your head. You regret your decision? Do you think you should have voted for Naz? You shake your head no. Good. Never regret your choices, Miralax. Cece suddenly approaches the window next to you and lifted her gaze to the sky. Choices make who we are. One choice leads to another, and by the time you realize it, you have made so many choices. You have branched so many times that your point of origin looks no different than a distant star in the night sky. But that's the beauty of choices, Miralax. It's freedom. Endless, pure, and unshackled freedom. They lied to us. Happiness is not possible. It never was. It doesn't matter what you achieve. It doesn't matter what you get. You'll always want more. You'll always desire something out of your reach. You will always struggle. You will never be happy. Never. But that's okay, because freedom is different. Freedom is attainable. You might not control your point of origin or the end. You might not control how you were born or how you die, but everything in between can be yours. Every choice can be yours to make. This is what truly matters, Miralax. This is what truly matters to me, to you, and to us. Cece suddenly approached you until only a few feet separated you. The killer will make their choice tonight. That's when she stabs me and then I die and it says, good game, you failed the test. But that won't matter. What happens tonight will happen. Do you understand, Miralax? Not even a single death will separate us anymore. Cece leaned over and kissed you on the cheeks. She then waved her hand and walked into her room. You stood in the hallway for a few seconds before walking inside your room. A dark, creepy bedroom greets your eyes. You look around and nothing feels out of place, but every fiber in your being is screaming for you to get out. To run away and get away as far away from this room as you possibly can. However, you know the rules. Leaving your room during the nighttime will result in your immediate demise. You approach your bed and lie down, but then... Detective. A word suddenly flashes through your eyes. Detective. The detective special role. It seems that's the role you got. According to Demiral, you're able to choose one person each night and investigate them. Using the special role, you can determine if they are a killer or not. So the real question now is who? Who will you investigate? Just check if Naz. Hope that you'll wake up from your slumber and see the light of day. Hope that the killer won't target you and end your existence tonight. Hope that this isn't the end. You empty your head on these thoughts and surrender your fate to the night. Like Cece said, whatever happens tonight will happen. Yo, do we get a anime? I like it. Wait. Do I need to click anything? Hello? Oh, I just had to click. Okay. I clicked earlier, but it didn't do anything. All right, it's morning time. That was deep. Hello? Oh, I had to click again. Okay. Innocent. Innocent. It appears to be the result of your special role. Naz was innocent. Okay, that's what I thought. You get up on your feet and approach the door. Hello? Good morning, Miralax. I'm so glad you're okay. I should have investigated CC. CC's smile suddenly disappears. We have a situation. You follow after CC as you move through the hallway until you reach a certain dorm room. You can see some of your companions standing outside the room. The whole atmosphere was extremely tense. CC gives you a slight nod as you two walk inside. A bloody room greets your eyes. You quickly take a step back and look around. However, you can't see anyone in the room. CC notices your confusion and speaks. The body is not here anymore. Miral snapped it away and gave us an autopsy report instead. However, we all had a good look at the body before she did. It's Jack. I knew it would be Jack! Oh wait, he's the victim. Yeah. Okay. The image of a well-dressed man sporting a cold look crosses your mind. For some reason, you can't picture him as a victim. I've already searched the room. There isn't anything interesting here. Then let's head out. So it wasn't Jack, but he's the first victim. While trying your best not to step on the body stains, on the blood stains, you leave the room. It's a mess. Part of me was hoping nothing would happen. That the killer wouldn't strike, or maybe the guardian angel would manage to protect the target. But sadly, the killer succeeded. The only clue we have in this autopsy report Miral gave us, it's not that detailed to be honest, but I'll give you a rundown. The victim is Jack. Male, age 34. 34?! I thought they were in high school. Height, 1.84 meters, weight 85 kilograms. I need that in freedom units. I don't know how tall that is or how heavy. I'd say like 6 foot even and 130 pounds, I guess. I don't know. Cause of death: hypovolemic shock caused by severe blood loss. The victim was found with multiple wounds all over his body. 1 wound to the neck, 5 in the chest, and 12 in the abdominal region. Dang. Sharp object, likely an axe. I don't think that was an axe. There were no signs of struggles. The report doesn't mention anything else. No fingerprints or DNA that can directly point us to the killer. I assume Miral doesn't want us to know any more than we should. Still, the number of inflicted wounds concerns me. What do you mean? Miralax, there were no signs of struggle, which led me to believe that the victim was unconscious the whole time. If that's true, then 1 hit to the head or the neck should be enough to kill the victim. Yet the killer chose to repeatedly strike the victim 18 times in total. No matter how you think about it, this is very excessive. Why would the killer do that? What do you think, Miralax? Killer was angry? Angry. The excessive hits could be caused by anger or a very strong negative emotion. This usually aligns with crimes of passion, but that also brings up a different problem. With the exception of you and me, none of the other participants should know each other. In the previous Null game, the participants were all picked from a different timeline. It was done to ensure a fair game. Could things be different in this one? I made sure to keep an eye on the participants and how they acted with each other, so I wouldn't have noticed anything unusual. They all seemed to treat each other like complete strangers, which means the killer is either pretending not to know anyone, or they found a strong reason to hate Jack in the one day they knew him. Both possibilities are equally terrifying. Of course, there is also the possibility that your theory is wrong and the killer wasn't motivated by anger at all. Great. This is going nowhere. When it comes to the killings, the killer has a massive advantage over us. It doesn't matter how much we investigate. Without surveillance footage, the killer will always be in the lead. Do you get where I'm going with this, Miralax? The special roles, indeed, they are the best weapon against the killer. If the people with special roles work together, then the killer won't have a chance. However, that will be a very difficult task to accomplish. No one knows what role the other person has, and with the killer hiding in our midst, the people with special roles won't risk exposing themselves. The fact that we're all strangers in this game doesn't help either. Still, if we want to survive this game and stop the killer, then making use of the special roles is our best shot. CC continues talking. You are suddenly reminded of your special role, the detective role. You even used it yesterday. Should you tell CC about it? She has been nothing but supportive and affectionate toward you since the very start. If there is someone you can trust in this group, it's her, right? So should you tell her? You take a deep breath and decide to. Don't tell her. What if she's the killer? She'll know and then target me. She suggested you to continue searching the school for clues. Seeing no reason to refuse, you decide to go along. You think CC is the killer or Miral? Can Miral be the killer? I think she's just like the participant. So CC, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, if I told her, that gives her fuel to be like, okay, I know exactly who you are. And if she's not trustworthy, then she'll go ahead and maybe tell somebody else. And then that puts a bigger target on me. Like the killer be like, okay, well, let's get rid of the detective. Let's just kill him. And 6 foot, 187 pounds. Man, dude is shorter than me, but heavier than me. That's crazy. Your search didn't yield many results, but you couldn't worry about that right now. After all, it was sunset. If it was time for the second round of voting, it was time. You find yourself in the cafeteria. You've been teleported. You look to your side. Hassan was kneeling and vomiting all over the place. Yeah, you vomited all over my shoes. Hassan wiped his mouth and faced Zero. Sorry, this teleportation stage magic makes me nauseous. Stage magic? You don't actually think this is a game show. Carmine stares at Hassan in confusion when... Welcome back, everyone. It's the second round of voting. Miral, please, you gotta stop this before more people get hurt. I don't know why you're doing this, but this is wrong. This whole game is sick. The game will keep going until either the killer or the innocent people win. If you want this game to end soon, then hurry up and achieve one of those two possibilities. Carmine, speechless. How about you provide us with more clues then? The autopsy report you gave us is useless. If you're asking for me to take sides, then you're wasting your time, Cecilia. I'm only here to make sure the game runs fairly and efficiently. The rest is up to you. Miral-chan is right. We can do this, guys. We got the special roles now, right? Right? Let's take CC-chan's strategy from yesterday. As the people with special roles identify themselves, we can rule out 3 people just like that. We can avenge Baby J. Hee hee. Everyone started looking at each other all of a sudden. Hold on a second. You do realize that exposing people with special roles will also expose them to the killer. Huh? Why are you suddenly opposed to your own idea, CC-chan? Oh, I get it. You have a special role, don't you? That's not what I... Oh, let me guess. You're the detective. No, you're the guardian angel. No, she's the killer. Stop harassing her, weirdo. You're only helping the killer by trying to expose her like this. Huh? What's that? Nazi-chan? Are you still angry I voted for you yesterday? That's totally not personal, you know. Please don't hate me or anything, okay? The discussion became even more ridiculous after that, but they were right. The special roles are a strong weapon against the killer. And you hold on to one of these special roles. Sadly, the person you investigated turned out to be innocent, so you have no idea who the killer is. You kept pushing these people with special roles to reveal themselves, but no one did. So the voting ultimately ended with no one being eliminated. Miral let out a sigh and reminded everyone of the nighttime rules before sending you to the dorms. That was pretty anticlimactic, huh? We didn't manage to vote out the killer, so they still run large, but at least no innocent person got eliminated, so I suppose that's a win. Are you okay, Miralax? You nod back to CC. I see. CC suddenly grabbed you closer and gave you a tight hug. Don't worry, Miralax. This isn't over yet. The killer might be a step ahead of us, but that doesn't mean anything. We will win this game together. We will escape together, I promise. I won't let anyone hurt you. CC gave you one last hug before walking into her room. You watch her leave before going inside your room too. The moment you walk inside, an intense feeling of dread and fear runs through your nerves. Same feeling as yesterday. You approach your bed and lie down. Today was a horrible day. Not only did the killer manage to claim a victim, but you failed to vote them out. Not only that, but you have no idea who the killer is. The moment that last thought ran through your mind. Your special roll flashed before your eyes again. That's right, you can use your special roll again. Second chance. Who will you investigate? Alright, who did we say it was? CC? Let's try CC. After inputting your choice, you turn to your side and drift away to sleep. Protected. That means we found her, right? You suddenly open your eyes. A familiar bird standing outside your window greets you. It seems you survived the night, most likely thanks to the intervention of the person with the guardian angel role. That would explain why the word protective flashed before your eyes. You stood up on your feet when suddenly, innocent. The word innocent suddenly appeared. It seemed to be the result of the investigation you carried out last night. For the second time in a row, the person you investigated was not the killer. Oh. Thank God you're okay. What's going on? I don't know. The moment I heard the commotion, I came straight to check on you. I thought maybe the killer. No, it doesn't matter. You're unharmed. That's all I care about. You can hear a commotion coming from a few rooms down. Go check it out. You approach the source until you arrive at a certain room. Okay, speechless. CC, what are you doing out here, Kay? I was asked to give you this. Kay suddenly handed you a stack of papers. It seemed to be very similar to the autopsy report you got yesterday. Standing close by, you can spot the Carmine. You can spot both Carmine and Naz reading the report in shock. Something is really off. Let's just read it, okay? You nod back and read the report. There are 2 victims this time. Wow. Hassan and Zero. They were both found in Zero's room with a gunshot wound to their forehead. Cause of death, severe damage to the brain caused by the bullet wound. The 2 victims had no other wounds or injuries, and once again there was no sign of struggle. The report adds a few information, but you can... Okay, I'm gonna say Kai is probably the killer this time, because she voted for herself, and if she knows she's the killer, she would have voted for herself, to stop all the other innocent people from being killed, right? The killer was only allowed to target one person. Maybe the killer went berserk. Maybe they don't care about the rules anymore. Why? Why is this happening? You face Naz and the rest of your companions there and say, it's the vigilante? The vigilante? You remind everyone of what Miro said about the vigilante role. How if they kill anyone who's not the killer, they would die alongside their innocent victim. The presence of 2 bodies can only be explained by that. Miralax is right. This isn't the work of the killer. This was simply an accident. The vigilante targeted the wrong person and was killed alongside his victim as punishment. I don't know if Zero or Hassan was the vigilante, but I don't think that matters either way. The truth is undeniable. Are you saying the killer didn't target anyone last night? Oh, you bet your butt they did. They were simply blocked by the guardian angel. A long silence suddenly filled the room as everyone kept staring at each other. So I was saved by the guardian angel. It was clear to everyone that the game was reaching its final stage, the final showdown, the final battle between the werewolf and the village people. So the only question truly remained, who's going to win? Who's going to leave this game alive? I kind of thought it was CC2, but now I'm thinking it's K or Kai or whatever, because she voted for herself. She's still alive, and that would kind of mean like if she really didn't want all the bloodshed to happen, she probably voted for herself early on and was like, hey, vote me out, without telling everybody. Unlike the previous days, Cece didn't seem interested in searching the school. She simply leaned over, staring at the school from above. An expression clouded her face the whole time. And before you knew it, it was voting time. Welcome back. You know the drill. You'll be asked to vote. Your time starts now. That won't be necessary. Huh? Cece ignored Mural's puzzled expression, face Naz instead. Is there any possibility that you would vote for Miralax? Huh? Is there a way anyone in here can persuade to vote for Miralax? What are you saying, Cecilia? Just answer the question. Naz went silent for a second while looking down at her feet when all of a sudden, what if I'm the killer? I could never harm Miralax. I see. Then it's over. The game is over. What? The outcome of this game was over the moment the Vigilante made their move. Look around you, Miral. Only the 5 of us remain. Miralax and I will be voting for the killer. Kay will be voting for herself as she always does. As for the killer, she will vote for Miralax. But that won't matter because Naz won't vote for him. So no matter what the killer does, she will never be able to eliminate Miralax. It's over. This game is over. I see. So you're saying you already know who the killer is, huh? Cece let out a smile and faced you. Will you do the honors, Miralax? You gave Cece a slight nod and faced the killer. The psycho responsible for all this path, for all this pain, all this suffering. This is the end for her. This is the end of her madness. You lift your arm in the air and point at you. Carmine. What? It's over, psycho. You have 2 votes against you. You lost. Carmine. Wait, please. Please don't do this. I'm not the killer, I swear. Give it up, Carmine. You already lost. You lost the moment the Vigilante targeted an innocent victim. If Zero or Hassan were still alive, you could have manipulated them into voting your way. But they're dead. Most likely that dimwit Hassan was the Vigilante and he targeted Zero, thus indirectly screwing up your plans. I guess he kinda dealt the victory blow after all. This cannot end this way. Carmine suddenly faced Naz with tears in her eyes. Naz, please, you can't let them kill me. I'm innocent, I swear. Remember the first vote? I didn't vote for you, right? If I were the killer, then I would have voted for you and got you eliminated. You gotta believe me, please. I'm sorry, Carmine. I don't have any evidence that you're the killer, but I'm gonna trust Miralax. He saved my life. Saved your life? I saved your life too. I'm sorry, Carmine. Give it up, monster. You have 3 votes against you now. It's over, Carmine. You're finished. The whole room went silent as you all fixated your gaze on Carmine, awaiting her next move when suddenly... Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's some creepy laughing right there. Maybe she is a killer. What the heck? Everyone suddenly took a step back as Carmine approached and faced you all. What's wrong? Why is everyone backing away? Isn't this what you wanted? Yo! I'm digging this music. Isn't this what you wanted? A reveal? A massive reveal? Haha. You got me. I'm the killer. So why are you walking away? Haha. Oh, don't give me that look, Naz. You're the reason things got this messed up. What? You're the guardian angel, aren't you? You've been using your special role to protect him since the first night. To protect your little saver. Your little Miralax. If you haven't been such a little twerp, none of this would have happened. You all could have died a peaceful death, but you had to let your pathetic little feelings guide your path. You just had to be a... Whoa! Dang! I should have voted you out on the first day. Carmine. You might be an alternate timeline version of her, but you're nothing like the real Naz. The real Naz would never fall for a guy she just met. You're an inferior copy. A fraud. Carmine suddenly grabbed a fork from a nearby table and approached Naz. Stop right there, monster. Cece quickly moved and stood in front of Carmine, thus blocking her advance. What's wrong, Cecilia? If you attempt to harm Naz like this, you'll be directly breaking the game rules. Your brain will be fried before you even touch her. Well, but of course, Cecilia, the microchip is attached directly to my optic nerve. The right eye, was it? Carmine suddenly stopped in her tracks, and then... Using the fork in her hand, Carmine shoved it inside her eye socket and scooped out her right eye. Brutal! Dang! Problem solved, heh. You're a psycho. Oh my god. Ooh! A psycho? Oh, shut up, Cecilia. You go around spewing your pretentious crap about freedom and escaping the system. Yet you're too much of a coward to do what needs to be done. You're a liar, Cecilia. You don't care about killing the system. You don't care about achieving true freedom. You never did. All you care about is him. Carmine suddenly points at you. He's the reason you're doing any of this, isn't he? He's the reason why you're here. He's the reason you're playing this game again. You never cared about anyone else. You never cared about me, about Naz, or about Alex. Who's Alex? Alex? You knew exactly what was happening to him. You knew exactly about his condition. Yet you just stood there. You just watched him from far away. Watched as his body turned to dust. Watched as his mind and soul were enslaved by the system. You just watched like an observer. If I'm a monster, then you're the devil. You're not just an alternative timeline version of Carmine. You're her. You're Carmine. You're Alex's wife. Impossible. I'm sorry for hiding my identity from you, Moral, but I had to. It was important I survived to the point in this game, so I can save you, so I can save you from his control. Mom? What the heck were you thinking, Miral? Serving the system, serving the monster who killed and enslaved your father. What would Alex say if he sees you like this? Whatever that monster promised for your servitude is all lies, Miral. It's all lies. No, Mommy, it's not. I'm doing this for Daddy. It's almost done saving him. I'm almost done saving him. Please trust me. I can... Enough. That monster took my husband. He took the only man I ever loved. I'm not letting him away from my daughter too. Carmine. Perhaps realizing Carmine's attention, Cece let out a loud shriek as she ran towards Carmine. It felt as if time were slowing down as Cece desperately lunged herself at Carmine, when suddenly... Uh-oh. Carmine lunges the fork straight through your throat. Ooh! You fall from your knees as blood splatters everywhere. No, 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 no. No. It's gonna be okay, Miralax. It's gonna be okay. Cece quickly runs to your side, doing her best to stop the bleeding. It's pointless. I specifically target his corroded arteries. Got it. Never seen that spelled before. Why? Don't you get it, Cecilia? The system was never the real danger. The system is powerless without his tool. Powerless without him. No! Yeah, just sitting there dying. He's the eyes and ears of the system. Without him, there is no game. There is no suffering. There is no happiness. Without him, we'll be unshackled, unbound, free. Without him, we'll finally achieve freedom. That it? I selected happiness at the start, though. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Welcome back, Miralax. I've been observing you this whole time. Carmine got you pretty good, didn't she? Yeah, right in the corroded artery. I'm not surprised. She was always a single-minded girl. You must have many questions for me right now, but those will have to wait. Wait, isn't the crowd already right here? One of these? Your mission is far from over. Not even death will set you free, so get up, Miralax. It's time. It's time to re-loop. You suddenly open your eyes to find yourself in a familiar cafeteria. Miralax! Cece suddenly approaches and gives you a big hug. Thank God you're okay. What's going on? I'm not sure, but if this is anything like the first Null game, then we're back to the start. Back to the start of the loop. You look around in complete confusion when someone suddenly appears. Good, you're finally here. Miral? Cece looked at Miral, anticipating her reaction, but Miral just gave her a puzzled look and continued talking. I've closed access to the cafeteria to everyone but you two. I'll explain the rules of the game later on, but first, I need to explain your special role. Our special role? Miral then took a step forward, faced the two of you, and spoke. You two will play a very special role in this game. You two will be the killer. Oh. We're going to be the killer. Interesting. Hey there, my name is Redacted, and I'm the host of this game. That was quite the reveal, huh? It seems you and Cece are the killers in this loop. I wonder what's going to happen next. Anyway, I'm afraid you reached the end of the demo, but don't worry, the game is fully completed and available to download right now. I can take you to the full version with the click of a button. Huh. Alright, let's see. How much is this game? The game needed to reach its goal of €9,999.99, and it's reached that by 133%. Hey. Good game. Game of the year. Let's see. How do we download the full game? If you pay $9.99 or more. Got it. Hey. Game of the year. That was fun.